Hello, welcome to FightCore USA.
I've had a lot of long layoffs from fighting for different reasons, but what is interesting is that it always takes a toll on you mentally more than it does physically. Because physically you can get in shape, you can go through training camp, but mentally there's some things you can never really prepare for. First off, if you're coming back after a year or more away from the cage due to injury, one of the biggest fears that you have is that you're going to be ring rusty. You're going to lose your timing, you're going to lose your rhythm. It's going to take you a few fights to get back into the swing of things. And that's definitely a valid concern. But I think an even bigger concern, something that you cannot prepare for, is the mental hurdle of getting back in the cage. That is by far the hardest thing for me personally. Every time I come back after a long layoff. Because when you get injured and you have to take time off, you start to second guess yourself. Like, am I really supposed to do this? Like, are my coaches really right? Like, is this all worth it? Because, you know, mentally, you kind of envision worst case scenarios. What if I get injured again? What if I get injured in this fight? What if I hurt myself doing this? Am I going to be out of action again for another year or more? Those are the thoughts that run through your head constantly while you're training. And then you get the fight night and those thoughts run through your head times 10. Now, you're re-standing there in the locker room. You're getting ready to go. The doors opened up. They call your name. You walk out and you hear the crowd. And now the thoughts have turned to self-doubt. Like, am I really supposed to do this? Like, am I really supposed to step in here and have a fight? Like, what if something goes wrong? What if Ilose get injured? Those thoughts are running through your head at 100 miles on up. And it's not something that you can prepare for. You can't really train for it. All you can do is try to visualize and try to see yourself going out there and having a successful outing. But it's hard because you have so many what-ifs. And once you get past the first round, those what-ifs turn into win. When am I going to get injured? When am I going to lose? When am I going to make a mistake? When am I going to pay for that mistake? Those thoughts are going through your head. And that's the part that sucks. You can be in great shape. You can have the greatest training camp of all time. You can be healthy. You can be happy. You can be strong. But if you don't have that mental aspect down, that's going to catch up to you. So you can be physically 100%. But if you're not mentally 100%, that will hold you back. That will prevent you from being able to perform at the level that you want to, or maybe even the level that you need to. And when you're dealing with an opponent, they're looking for any weakness that they can find. And if they know that you have a bad knee or a bad shoulder or a bad hand, guess what they're gonna try to do? They're gonna try to kick your knee. They're gonna try to smash your shoulder. They're gonna try to hit your hand. And that's where that mental aspect comes into play. If you let them know that you're hurt in that area, you're already in trouble. So the best thing you can do is pretend like nothing happened. Pretend like you're going out there against someone who has no idea who you are. Pretend like you're a new fighter. Pretend like you're unranked. Pretend like nobody knows who you are. You have to almost reinvent yourself in a way. And that's what's been so crazy about this upcoming fight. Most people know what I'm up against. Most people know that I was out for a year and a half. Most people know that I'm coming off a serious knee injury. So how do I combat that mental aspect? How do I combat the fact that everyone thinks that my knee is a liability? Everyone thinks that I'm hesitant to push off on that knee. Everyone thinks that I'm going to favor that knee. Well, I can't change their opinion. All I can do is go out there and prove them wrong. And that starts with me believing in myself. I have to believe that I'm the same fighter that I was before my injury. I have to believe that I can go out there and perform at the highest level. I have to believe that I can go out there and finish a fight. I have to believe that I can go out there and look good doing it. That's the most important thing. If you're facing a long layoff, if you're coming back after a year or more away from the sport, know that you're not alone. No! But we've all been in that position. And know that the mental game is just as important, if not more important, than the physical game. Now, in terms of preparing for a long layoff, we have a couple tips. The first is to make sure that you have a great team around you. You need people that are going to support you. You need people that are going to push you. You need people that are going to believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. Having a great team is huge. Next, you want to make sure that you have a plan. Have a plan for your training camp. Have a plan for your diet. Have a plan for your life outside of fighting. Just having that structure is going to help you stay on track. Then you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Get plenty of rest. Eat right. Train smart. Don't try to do too much too soon. Let your body adjust to the stress of training. Finally, you want to have realistic expectations. Don't expect to come back and win a championship right away. Don't expect to come back and beat the #1 contender in your division. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. You want to make sure that you're taking the right steps. And you want to make sure that you're being patient. Coming back after a long layoff is tough. It's a test of your physical and mental toughness. But if you follow these tips, you'll be able to increase your chances of success. Remember, the mental game is just as important as the physical game. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, both body and mind.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos.